The sheriff's office says Riante Harley abducted and assaulted a deputy inside a jail cell Monday afternoon. The jail's extraction unit was able to get inside the cell and rescue the deputy.
Crazy day at Mobile Metro Jail. 2 inmates hospitalized after they stabbed each other in a fight after a knife somehow got into the jail overnight.
A Birmingham area attorney faces charges now of bringing drugs to a client inside the Jefferson County Jail.
A nurse at Mobile Metro Jail has been arrested and charged with possession of...
Alabama's county jails have been plagued by violence, neglect, and lawsuits throughout 2024-2025, with overcrowded and understaffed facilities creating a volatile environment for the predominantly pretrial detainee population, which accounts for about 74% of inmates statewide. This systemic crisis has turned many jails into powder kegs, where daily fights, harsh interventions by staff, and even fatalities are alarmingly common. Recent reports and court filings reveal a deeply troubled system, highlighting cases of abuse and neglect in jails spanning the state, from northern Alabama to Mobile Bay. In June 2025, a federal civil rights lawsuit brought national attention to Birmingham's Jefferson County Jail after disturbing surveillance footage surfaced.
Well, a Jefferson County Jail deputy recovering after they claim they were temporarily kidnapped by an inmate. The sheriff's office says Riante Harley abducted and assaulted a deputy inside a jail cell Monday afternoon. The jail's extraction unit was able to get inside the cell and rescue the deputy.
Right now, a search underway for a man mistakenly released from jail.
The man authorities are looking for is this man, Matthew Burke. He had pleaded guilty to kidnapping Birmingham businessman Elton Stevens Jr. just a few months ago. Officials say he was in court Friday where state charges were dropped.
About a Jefferson County Sheriff's deputy accused of trying to bring contraband inside the jail. Investigators say Quindarius Reeves brought gym shoes and a cell phone to an inmate.
A Birmingham area attorney faces charges now of bringing drugs to a client inside the Jefferson County Jail. Jefferson County Sheriff's investigators say attorney Harrison Jones had nearly 9 grams of heroin.
Jail deputies found Jeremy Baskin's body inside his cell. Investigators don't believe foul play was involved. An autopsy will be performed to get confirmation.
The sheriff's office says Ladarius Peterson died last night after another inmate assaulted him.
The video showed deputies responding to a flooded cell by unleashing extreme force on a mentally ill inmate. According to the lawsuit, the detainee already housed in the jail's mental health unit was pepper sprayed at close range, tased, and struck repeatedly with batons. One officer reportedly delivered 25 blows, while another hit the inmate 58 times before kicking him while he lay handcuffed on the ground. The assault left the inmate hospitalized with serious injuries. Despite public outrage and an internal investigation, the officers involved received only short suspensions. A former jailer criticized the leniency, stating, "People get dismissed or fired for far less. This should have been felony indictments." This incident is not isolated. Jefferson County Jail has faced multiple lawsuits in recent years, with recurring allegations of excessive force and medical neglect toward inmates.
A Mobile County corrections officer accused of trying to smuggle contraband into Metro released on a $33,000 bond, and that's according to jail records. Investigators say Frederick Johnson was caught red-handed earlier this week during a random bag check as he showed up for work. Inside, they tell us, were multiple banned items. That includes phone chargers, a camera, and flash drives filled with pornography. But that's not all. The most alarming find, according to Sheriff Sam Cochran, was a key for handcuffs.
Metro Corrections officer finds herself on the wrong side of the cell bars. Jessica Monique Odom charged with trafficking. Investigators say Odom began working at Metro back in July of 2020.
A nurse at Mobile Metro Jail has been arrested and charged with possession of... That's according to court records. Mobile County Sheriff's Office spokesperson tells NBC 15 News Long worked for Neff Care, which provides medical services in correctional facilities.
The Justice Department has reached a tentative settlement with the Mobile County Sheriff's Office over a lawsuit alleging supervisors at Metro Jail turned a blind eye to sexual harassment.
The terms of the $2 million settlement break down like this. Each named plaintiff would get $35,000 in compensatory damages plus attorney's fees. The rest of the money, more than $1.4 million, would go into a fund to pay other victims. Women who worked as jailers from January 2011 to this past Sunday could get compensation if they could demonstrate that they suffered harassment.
An inmate has died at Metro Jail, the second to do so in the last month. According to sheriff's investigators, Terrell Moultrie was found unresponsive this past Saturday. They also say there was no obvious signs of foul play or trauma to his body.
5 investigators say an inmate was injured at a stabbing at Metro Jail this morning. The sheriff's office says it happened during some sort of altercation between 2 inmates. We're told the person hurt has non-life-threatening injuries.
An inmate at the Mobile Metro Jail has died. Mobile County Sheriff's Office identifying that inmate as 39-year-old Ernest Little Jr. The Sheriff's Office says he was found unresponsive this morning by his cellmates. Corrections officers gave him Narcan, but got no response.
I'm running for the mayor, I promise you.
Why did you take the vehicle?
Man, if I had a woman like you, I wouldn't even took it.
Come on, Jasper.
But I took it because God told me to. And guess what? God helped me do everything. I steal everything, man. I stole your heart, baby.
Were you on Raven Drive?
When?
On Saturday.
Say what?
Were you on Raven
Say it
Drive
again.
on Saturday?
Huh?
Did you know the victim?
Say what?
Did you know that he was
Say
his
that
father?
again.
Anything to say
Say
to
that
your
again.
family.
Did you know
Say
that
that-
he leaves behind
Mama,
a
I love you. Tasha, I love you. Slade, I love y'all, man. Real shit, man. I'm finna call y'all, man. But whoever told y'all, man, tell him to come down here and tell the truth on me.
Day at Mobile Metro Jail, 2 inmates hospitalized after they stabbed each other in a fight after a knife somehow got into the jail overnight. And News 5 has learned the names of the 2 inmates, 40-year-old Joshua Brown and 23-year-old Joshua Dickinson. The sheriff's office says Brown was the agitator in the fight and will face additional charges.
Along Alabama's Gulf Coast, Mobile County Metro Jail is facing a crisis of overcrowding and escalating violence. Built to hold around 1,187 inmates, the jail regularly houses more than 1,500, among them over 200 individuals charged with deletion or attempted deletion, according to Sheriff Paul Birch. There are fights over there every day, Birch admitted in 2024, noting that deputies often can't intervene in disturbances until electronic doors unlock. The consequences have been deadly. In September 2024, inmate Harry McClure was found severely beaten inside the jail and later died from his injuries. Sheriff Birch attributed the tragedy to overcrowding and staffing shortages. As of mid-2024, 1819 News reported that hundreds of detainees at Metro Jail were awaiting trial on the state's most violent charges, creating a volatile and dangerous environment. Compounding the crisis, staff misconduct has emerged. A former corrections officer was arrested after allegedly sexually assaulting an inmate during a hospital trip following a jailhouse fight. Despite the urgency, a $1 billion expansion plan was scaled back, leaving county officials scrambling to find additional space and restore safety in one of Alabama's most overwhelmed detention centers.
As the federal plea agreements mount surrounding a Walker County jail death, more cases of abuse have surfaced. And that includes an inmate being punched while handcuffed, leaving him bloodied. Federal documents also reveal jailers who took part in the excessive force were praised by supervisors.
For an update on that lawsuit in Walker County involving a man who died in custody.
Now, we told you yesterday the mother of Anthony Tony Mitchell, seen here before his arrest, filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the Walker County Sheriff and several jail staff members after Mitchell died in custody.
With breaking news.
Welcome in, everyone. Breaking right now on the 4, we're hearing from the Walker County Sheriff for the first time since those grand jury indictments charging 2 current employees in connection to the Tony Mitchell investigation. Remember, Mitchell died while in custody of the Walker County Jail.
That breaking news right now at 4. The Walker County Sheriff and his right-hand man both indicted and hit with charges.
Sheriff Nick Smith is accused of violating hiring standards for law enforcement officers. The I-team's been digging into what led to his arrest.
The sheriff was released on his own recognizance from jail. These are misdemeanor charges. According to Alabama law, Sheriff Smith can remain a sheriff.
Covering Walker County, a medical malpractice lawsuit filed on behalf of Autumn Harris, who died in the custody of the Walker County Jail, has been settled. According to court documents, a settlement was reached between Preemptive Forensic Health Solutions and Michael Harris, the father of Autumn Harris. Autumn Harris died in 2018 from pneumonia after spending 3 weeks at the jail.
In northern Alabama, Walker County Jail has become a symbol of institutional cruelty. The facility drew national outrage in 2023 after the death of Tony Mitchell, a mentally ill man arrested and booked into the jail. According to federal prosecutors, Mitchell was stripped naked, denied medical attention, and confined for nearly 2 weeks on a cold concrete floor covered in his own feces, with no toilet, mattress, or basic care. Surveillance and testimony revealed that jail supervisors intentionally kept his cell as filthy as possible, part of what prosecutors described as a staged effort to display unmanageable inmates to visiting officials in hopes of securing more funding. By the time Mitchell collapsed, he was hypothermic and septic. He later died at a hospital. 9 jail employees, including a nurse, have since pleaded guilty to federal civil rights charges. One lieutenant admitted he was praised and rewarded for using violence to assert dominance over inmates. The brutality didn't end with Mitchell. In late 2024, body cam footage obtained by ABC 33 News showed another inmate, Jamel Scott, being beaten while handcuffed. Court documents allege that after Scott was assaulted by another detainee, Correctional Officer Richard Holtzman placed him in a headlock and struck him multiple times in the face with a closed fist. 5 other officers stood by and failed to intervene. Scott suffered facial fractures requiring reconstructive surgery. His lawsuit accuses jail leadership of deliberate indifference and a long-standing tolerance of abuse.
Been a busy 24 hours for the TBI. Agents added 2 people to their top 10 list overnight, including an accused killer who escaped from the Macon County Jail.
Matthew White and Jeffrey Strong are the other 2. Take a good look at these 3. Call 911 if you see any of them. Take a look at this video. Their run started around 2 a.m. yesterday. These inmates pulled down a speaker from the ceiling of their jail cell, climbed into the ductwork, and got away that way, eventually stealing a Ford pickup. They ditched it near a creek. That pickup was later found. Now, deputies say they're following up on leads, but they have none that have led to a confirmed sighting of the 3.
County Jail has been shut down and has been for weeks. Sheriff Andre Brunson tells WSFA 12 News the jail was, quote, uninhabitable. He says there are also lock and security issues.
Good evening, everyone. I'm John Garlock. New at 10, the Macon County Sheriff's Office has been opening the county jail for public tours this week. Sheriff Kevin Shoemaker is asking for the public support of a new Macon County Jail as well as a courthouse renovation. The existing jail was built in 1909 and has had few, if any, improvements since that time.
In October 2024, tragedy struck Macon County Jail in Tuskegee when John Reed, a wheelchair-bound Army veteran who relied on oxygen, was brutally beaten to death by a younger cellmate. According to a federal lawsuit filed by his widow, Reed's repeated pleas for help were ignored by deputies. Although officers entered the cell where Reed lay injured, they allegedly failed to intervene or provide medical attention. Civil rights attorney Bakori Sellers, representing the family, called the deletion one of the worst cases of prison neglect his firm had ever seen. The incident prompted a formal investigation, and 3 deputies are now facing legal action for their alleged inaction. The fallout from Reed's death exposed deeper problems within the jail. By mid-2025, Sheriff Andre Brunson declared the entire facility uninhabitable, citing widespread mold, failing locks, and unsafe living conditions, issues that had existed long before the fatal assault. The remaining 42 inmates were evacuated and relocated to neighboring jails. The closure left Macon County without a functioning detention center, and officials have yet to determine whether the facility will be renovated or replaced. A similar crisis unfolded in nearby Autauga County, where unsanitary conditions led to a separate jail shutdown and legal battle. For now, Macon County stands as a stark example of how neglect, poor oversight, and crumbling infrastructure can lead to catastrophic consequences in Alabama's county jail system. Across Alabama, from Birmingham to Tuskegee, the county jail system is cracking under the weight of violence, neglect, and systemic failure. These facilities meant to hold mostly pretrial detainees have instead become sites of extreme danger, where inmates face beatings, deadly medical neglect, and inhumane conditions. The scandals in Jefferson, Mobile, Walker, and Macon counties reveal more than just isolated incidents. They expose a statewide crisis fueled by overcrowding, understaffing, and a lack of oversight. While lawsuits and investigations pile up, meaningful reform remains elusive. Alabama continues to invest in new state prisons, yet its county jails where most incarcerated individuals actually reside remain dangerously broken. Without immediate action to improve safety, infrastructure, and accountability, these jails will continue to produce more headlines of abuse, death, and legal fallout. In too many parts of the state, jail is not about justice, it's about survival.